I think we ready. Let's send out this broadcast. Let's send this out. Let's give everybody time to gather. Because, I'm kind of late, so I know some people is just now, since I'm late, some of y'all just going to be coming in. Everything looks good so far. Let's update the channel. Let's see. Okay. We're streaming on Facebook. Everything's been updated. Great Ujamaa to each and every last one of you. I want to welcome you to, well, we won't start that yet. But let's see what we're streaming on. Alright, we're streaming on Periscope, which we can start cutting off soon. Damn, we still are not up on YouTube. What in heaven's name is going on with my YouTube channel? Well, I made Streamlabs a moderator on YouTube. I'm wondering if making Streamlab a moderator on YouTube is interfering with Restreamio as a moderator. We're going to find out. We'll find out. We'll just investigate. Because I don't know if Restreamio is we'll find out. We're going to do some experiments. That's what we have to do to kind of figure out our way around here. Let's update this right here. Let's go to Gye-Nyame Journey real quick. I'm giving y'all time to get in. Giving y'all time to come on in. Great day to all of y'all. Oh, it's still not streaming on. Okay, it's live now. Okay, that's beautiful. So now you can tune in to GNJ Media dot. Get ready. GNJ Media dot live. You can tune in. Check us out. Click in. And I don't know if they will give you points, but I'm going to start checking the points. Also, we're going to be having, I'm working on developing another giveaway. We got a thumbs up from somebody. Shouts out to whoever that is. Let's go over to our YouTube page, our Facebook page, and make some adjustments. Now, so let me make a mental note. We are up to like 722. So we are slowly but surely moving towards our goal of 1,000 members on Facebook. Actually, that counts the amount of subscribers on YouTube, but YouTube ain't popping for us. It is the way it is. Shouts out to Miss Cynthia Johnson. I see you out there. I appreciate your presence. May your day be as beautiful as you are. I'm surprised I don't see your sister on here because today is her day. This is her day. I don't know what's going on. It's her day. She usually here. Miss Cynthia, I don't remember you telling me what day you are. What's your day? Go and post up your day, Miss Cynthia, so I go and celebrate you on your day. Today is Ujamaa family. I want to greet every last one of y'all. We are on the 15th of the month of August that one of the Caesars felt that he needed to name after himself because he was more august than Julius, which was the last month. So we done dealt with the days of the week. Eventually we're going to start dealing with these months. But, one step at a time. One step at a time. We are slowly but surely grabbing our time back. And after we grab our time back, sky's the limit. All right, so first off, family, I want to make sure that you know that you are now standing in the congregation of the mighty. This is the home of the stubborn minority, where your hustle builds muscle. You are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Media. I'm your host, Brother Hatim. And of course you know, hopefully you know, prayerfully you know, that this is the Daily Toast. And of course, it's a Heart of a Simba production. Simba running all through my blood. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigm. Now grab your glass for that water. Get your picture of that water. Get your picture of that water. Simply pour that water. Drink. What should I say? Live, pour, then drink. Now, move your body and drink some water. Move your body and drink some water. Move your body and drink some water. Bam. Simply move your Drink. What did I say? Move, then drink. Now, raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors, man. Just raise your glass. Drink. Or should I say, drink, toast, then drink. But hey, take your breath and drink some water. Lift and pour yourself some water. Move your body, drink some water. Bring your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, live, move, toast. Or should we say, breathe, drink, eat, appropriately, and move. But hey, take your breath. Take some time to pour, drink, move your body. Come on. Toast your ancestors, drink up. Drink your water. Take your breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Toast your ancestors, drink your water, family. Once again, I want to say great Ujamaa to all of those of you that are out there now. And those that will be tuning in later, I want to show my appreciation to each and every last one of y'all. I am grateful for all those that be tuning in. Shouts out to Miss Navita. I see you out there. Shouts out to Miss Cynthia Johnson. And she's a Ujamaa baby. Yesterday was your day. So since I didn't personally recognize you, let's give her a round of applause. That's right. So I'm gonna have to for the Daily Toaster, right? I'm gonna have to do a list, and we're going to be doing another raffle. It ain't even a raffle. We're gonna be doing a giveaway. I don't know when we're going to be doing the giveaway. I know it's going to be soon. I'm working on it right now. I'm just trying to figure out, because the one I got right now that's going to be giving away a Daily Toaster shirt, right? The original Daily Toaster shirt is going to be 1,000 points. But I don't know how people are gaining points if our YouTube is not working, right? And I don't know if you get points by tuning in on Gye-Nyame Journey or G&J Media, unless I guess you got to click in on it or whatever, because it got y'all up here as watching, but it does not allow us to chat. And a major part of raising points is being involved with the chat. So in the chat, you get, for being in the chat on YouTube, you get a certain amount of points. For participating in the chat, you get a certain amount of points. For tips, you get a certain amount of points. And I mean, there's other things that we could build in as I start learning the system. But then there's also a way that I could do a random giveaway. And I got to figure out how I could get people on the show involved in a random giveaway. Because I know I could do a giveaway for the shirts on my texting app. But I want to keep this through the show, right? So I have a sign-up slip on, well, I thought I did, so I'm gonna have to go back in and recreate that. But I had a sign-up slip that I'm gonna go back in and I'm going to create so that we can keep track of stuff. Also on Gye-Nyame Journey or G&J Media.live, we also had a merch store, so you can feel free to go on. You don't have to wait to win it. You go on and you can get it. And by doing that, you support Gye-Nyame Journey. By hitting the tip jar up, you support Gye-Nyame Journey. And also, since we making announcements, let's get to the G&J Mall. August 31st, we will be doing the 5th installment of Hidden Colors. And if I'm correct, Navita got the time set for 2:30, which gives us plenty of time to have conversation. And I think that's what everybody is getting, that's what we really going to benefit from. Because it's cool to watch these movies in private, right? It's cool to watch these movies in private. But I believe that when these type of movies happen, you know what I'm saying, at some point in time, we need to be able to view them as a tribe and have conversations, right? That's what keeps stuff popping off. Sister Navita is saying we got the HC5, the movie is free. We also got the G&J Mall, all on August 31st. We also going to have a speaker coming in talking about Marcus Garvey as well. And and we had a $50 giveaway. In order to qualify for the raffle, two things have to happen. First thing is you have to text Kwanzaa 365 to 25456. Once again, you have to text in Kwanzaa 365, KWANZAA 365 to the number 25456. It will return you a text letting you know that you have entered. If you're having problems with that, you need to get in touch with us. Hit us up through our Facebook page. Let us know that it's not working so I could go and make sure that I get you involved in that. So this morning, well, yesterday, I also posted up something because this is what I'm telling you about the Gye-Nyame journey process, right? When you really get involved with the process, right? When you really start, building with us, right? And you start learning the process, right? Stuff start happening. So on Coogee Chocolate, I was struggling I was struggling with that folktale. Now, I did that folktale before, and I killed that folktale before. You know what I'm saying? But this time, because we are on Forest Proverbs, we can officially say we are in the master's class now, right? So now we got to go a little bit deeper. It ain't just good to just stay at the surface. So I'm looking at the folktale, and let me share that with you real quick. I'm looking at this folktale. It's called The Bat and the Weasels. A bat who fell upon the ground and was caught by a weasel pleaded to be spared his life. The weasel refused, saying that he was by nature the enemy of all birds. The bat assured him that he was not a bird, but a mouse, and thus was set free. Shortly afterwards, the bat again fell to the ground and was caught by another weasel, whom he likewise entreated not to eat him. The weasel said that he had a special hostility to mice. The bat assured him that he was not a mouse, but a bat, and thus a second time escaped. And the moral is, it is wise to turn circumstances to good account. And the whole time, I'm thinking that the story is about the bat. But once again, I have to go back through the lessons that we talk about in Gye-Nyame. In the stories that we are reading, we take all parts. We were the first weasel. We were the second weasel. We were the bat. You know what I'm saying? Hell, we was the ground that the bat was laying on. We all throughout that story. And our job is to kind of distill or find that crystallized wisdom within that. And make sense of it for where we are in our lives. So I'm sitting up there like, damn, I'm struggling because I'm sitting up here looking at the bat. I'm even caught up into thinking that the proverb or the moral is for the bat. But when you step back, when I step back and I looked at it again, it is wise to turn circumstances to good account. Not only does it refer to the bat, it refers to the weasel. Because a weasel eats birds, bats, and mice. Chickens. Hell, if you lay still long enough, a weasel will eat your ass. Just saying. Weasels don't discriminate. A weasel might eat another weasel. This is why, back in the day, when people were called, one of the lowest names you could call somebody was a weasel. You weasel. Right? Because a weasel does not have a good reputation. Right? Now, so I'm thinking about it. I said, well, shit. All right, maybe I was having problems with the folktale because I'm riding in my car thinking about it. And it's like when you go through the process, when you're going through this process, you learn to open yourself up. You become open, right? So information flows to you. So I'm going through my daily routine. So I'm turning on YouTube and I'm listening to YouTube. But then I get a ding on my phone that tells me that Malcolm Gladwell has another episode. So I've been saving up on the episode so I can binge listen to Malcolm Gladwell's show. He has a lot of jewels hidden in his stuff. So the other day I was telling y'all about one where he was talking about gangsterism. And he did it on July 4th, and it was about the Boston Tea Party. And the basic statement he said was that the story that we're being told about the founding of America is based in a lie. You know what I'm saying? Or a half-truth. Individuals looking for freedom. When in fact, the Boston Tea Party was not about freedom, it was about money. Because the individuals that were involved in the Boston Tea Party, even some of those that signed the Declaration of Independence, were smugglers. and they were sneaking in tea. And they only got upset with England when England reduced the price of their tea to compete with the smugglers. So the smugglers disguised themselves, got on the boat, threw the shit off. So basically, he tied the Boston Tea Party into first generation and second generation immigrants coming to America and forming mobs and gangs and shit like that. And basically what his conclusion was that America was founded by gangsters who were looking to go straight. And in a sense, when they signed the Declaration of Independence, they went straight. Brother, I tell you what this got to do with the weasel in the back. So I sit back, I'm like, cool, that shit, damn, wow. You know, I knew it was gangster, but damn, I didn't know it was like that, right? The Declaration of Independence was the United States government going straight. And then after they signed the Declaration of Independence, because they were so upset about taxation, they turned around and started taxing the people and taxing tea. And the tax for the tea was higher than the tax that the British was charging in the first fucking place. Gangster. Changed the rules. They got on top, adjusted the rules, changed them for their benefit. So then I'm listening to Antonio Moore yesterday. And Antonio went in because right now Byron Allen case is being pushed to the Supreme Court. Now I know a lot of people in the conscious community don't dig Byron Allen because of the white wife and all that. Who you love is it's your business. I have no business with that. But the lawsuit that he's bringing up is based on, I think, an 1861 law that was put on the books to protect us, right? And he's going after, I think it's Comcast. He already sued Charter. He sued the federal government under Obama because they were not allowing black individuals, they were not allowing black businesses to reap any benefits far as communications and shit. And the piece that kept coming across is that every time we get a foot up, the rules change. So then I go back. You know what I'm saying? They changed the rules. Just like, you know, after they became gangsters, they flipped the script and changed. So when we get close to getting ownership, because I want y'all to think about this. The closest thing that we have to a gold mine in our community is athletics and entertainment. And I know a lot of people like, brother, I tell them, boom, boom, but really, just sit back and think about it. Shut up for a second and think about it. Look at how much entertainment and sports generates, how many jobs it generates. A professional athlete is surrounded by individuals that make money. And they are, in a sense, owned by a company that makes money. Through licensing, through contracting, through negotiations, everything that happens around these professional athletes and these professional teams, there's money being generated nationally, statewide, locally, and even in the counties where the teams exist. There are jobs that are surrounding these individuals, right? Entertainment and sports, we have in a sense been blocked out of. We don't have equal access to. Our capital has in a sense been reduced to a point where we couldn't even get involved if we wanted to, because all of the opportunities that were there to get into that, we were not able to capitalize on so that we could invest in the way that we wanted to do it. And those have been some of the fields where we have made the biggest come-ups. I'm just saying. Now, going back to what Antonio Moore is talking about in the lawsuit. So now they're taking it to the Supreme Court because he won, I think it was like $9 billion, a $9 billion lawsuit. And now he's trying to push the Comcast or whoever he's suing right now is trying to move it to the Supreme Court so that they could go and start contesting this. Now, let me mention this. In the lawsuit, the brother mentions Al Sharpton because Al Sharpton and a whole bunch of other black folks signed a memorandum that basically allows this company to cut us all the way out. Of course, with them being able to wet their beaks. Changing the rules, changing the games. But I tell you what this got to do with the goddamn folktale. Get to the point. The point I'm trying to make is all this time that I'm struggling with this thing, with this piece, I'm saying I'm the poor back. We the poor back. But when I turn around and I take another look, because in the folktale, in some aspects, we are the bad. And in some aspects, we have to be able to make those changes and change our language and change how we describe ourselves so that we will be able to survive and be able to get back in the sky. But at other points, we have to be like the weasel. Or my fault, not like the weasel. When the weasel caught the bat, the first thing the weasel should have did was not have conversation, but had a meal. But because he decided to have a conversation with the bat, he was able to be taken advantage of. Because the bat changed the rules. The bat represents white supremacy. The bat represents oppression. The bat represents you being hoodwinked, because the bat hoodwinked the weasel out of a meal. 2 weasels. And I'm like, damn, our situation fit the weasel's position more than it fits the bat's situation, even in some of our personal lives. It's been times when we should have pushed the button to get rid of somebody. It's been times when we should have taken direct action, but we sat back and we listened when we shouldn't. And I wanted to make sure I got that off, because it's like, you know what I'm saying, I hate not being able to do my fullest on the folktale, right? So at least I wanted to bring another perspective to you, and I appreciate y'all for giving me time and allowing me to do that. I want to give y'all a round of applause. I don't know what's going on with my spiritual animals and my spiritual crowd, but we gonna get it together. Brother Kwame say, great Ujamaa as usual. Fam, make it a great day. One of my Oberlin alums, Chris Brazard, was just on talking about the idea with Boyce Watkins. Which idea? But that lawsuit is a major issue because it affects us. Because this is an industry that we have major connections to, even though we have not been able to fully take advantage of them. And they refuse to open the playing field. In every industry in this country, there needs to be a 14% stake open up for us with a non-compete clause that is just specifically directly for ADOS, part of the reparations piece. You know what I'm saying? So, and be careful, because the politicians will come at us and only be talking about the check. And we need to start doing our homework so we can start shutting them up about that, because it's bigger than a goddamn check. Right? There's a video going around where it's a joke now where, you know, everybody's getting a check. You know what I'm saying? Get your reparations check. Right? And people are, what they're trying to get you to do and get you to start believing is that it's just about the reparations. It's just about a check, family, and it's bigger than a check. It's other guarantees that we need in America that are just as important as a check. And we got to understand this is not just a one-time thing. We can't let them off the hook on no one-time shit. Slavery wasn't a one-time incident. It's going to take time for us to recover and for us to get our footing. And we're going to need government protections. And we're paying taxes for that. And we deserve that. So now, today for the toast, what I have is some green tea that right now I am brewing. I'm not boiling. I'm brewing this through the process that I use, right? I don't boil it. I allow it to sit because I want to get the fullness of the tea, and I could smell all of the different green teas in here, plus the brown rice, the gunpowder, all the green teas that are in here. The glass is green. That's why it looks that green. So I don't want y'all to think, So we're going to pour it in here and see how it looks. So, of course, I'm going to have an e-course on how to do that ambrosia so that those of you that want to do it, and I'm going to make the scobies available that I have, or also show you how to get your own scobie, right? Just in case Brother High Tim runs out, right? I want you to look at that. It has a slightly greenish yellow tint to it because I use multiple green teas, right? I'm not skimping on y'all when I'm doing my ambrosia. Nice cereal smell. Okay. Light. But we're gonna sample that as in our toast. Also tonight, y'all know we do our tribal quotes. So we have tribal quotes tonight. And with tribal quotes, let me go on and alright, also let me see something real quick. So we have tribal quotes tonight. We on day 82 in the Gye-Nyame Journey Workbook, tribal quotes. And a lot of these materials, like I said, you can find out about on our free e-course. It's freegnjecourse.com, freegnjecourse.com. So I got 2 people on my Facebook and 2 people on Gye-Nyame Journey. And I'm not seeing text on this thing just keep playing with me. It just keep playing. I don't like right the bigger than the check. It's big. Oh, see you up here. Hold on. I got comments and I'm missing the comments because Restreamio is slipping. Somebody's slipping. So maybe I need to add Streamlabs as an app on. Sister Navita says, with your weasel ass, weasel ass. Oh, okay. With your weasel ass. Oh, weasel ass. I'm bringing it back. Laughing out loud. I work with some weasels. We all do. You are not on YouTube. I know. Right? It's bigger than a check. All right. I just want to make sure I got that. Let's see if there's any comments coming off of the other Facebook piece. I know I'm not on YouTube, so I'm thinking what I might have to do every day is go in and take off YouTube and re-add it. And by re-adding it, it might allow for the stream to go through. All right, so tonight in our discussion, we on day 82. Do not be wise in words, be wise in deeds. That's a Jewish proverb. I'm going to hit that motherfucker hard. Do not be wise in words, be wise in deeds. Though we may know him by 1,000 names, he is one and the same to us all. Mohandas Gandhi. The last one is the foolish bird's desire for a few grains make it enter the cage, then become trapped. That's from Africa. Oh, where you at? Where you at, anime? I know you heard it. I know you heard those. Come on now. Anime like that. Anime like that. Yes, she does. If you are on my timeline at Hatem Gye-Nyame Journey, I am not seeing your post. So I apologize. And currently we are not. It says why is it private? Alright, so I'm going to have to go in and change the settings. Maybe that's the issue. I am on YouTube, but it's saying that it's private. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to fix that. I'm going to take some time, I'm going to figure out what's going on and see why they got me broadcasting private. That don't make no sense. Maybe that's what's blocking the data. I don't know. Anybody out there with any know-how on this shit, please let a brother know. Alright, so that's what we're going to cover. So we have our tea. Oh man, I done wasted it on our ancestor list. Got our ancestor list all wet. Alright, so we raise up our glass. We salute the creator by whatever name you choose to call it creator. We lift up our glass and we salute that creator and we say, Ashe. From there, family, we move to our list. Hold on, Brother Kwame. From top to bottom, wielding vertical and horizontal power over athletics, gangster control of athletes, basketball and football, and don't forget entertainers. We have a gold mine, family. We're just looking at it wrong. You understand what I'm saying? The entertainment industry is a billion, if not $1 trillion industry. That don't even, like I said. Then we got to look at the writers and all. You look at the writers. If you look at, for example, if in every hood there was a gold mine, right? The gold mine could make the community money in one of two ways. We could be like a lot of the African countries and just allow other outside interests to come in and dig up the gold and just pay us a pittance. This is what they do. This is what they're doing with our athletes. Or we could take the time and develop a gold industry ourselves, right? A gold industry ourselves where we mine it, right? Which requires workers, which requires people that got to know how to work the equipment and stuff like that, will provide jobs, right? But then you need people who know gold, so you're going to need people that's going to be able to identify gold and be able to know when it's the best gold and when it's the worst gold and when it's fake gold. A whole nother group of individuals. Then you got to know people, then you're going to have people that know how to refine and pull out the impurities out of the gold, right? Then you're going to have people in different aspects that are able to produce industrial as well as luxury goods from the gold. Then you're going to have people that are able to create a market for those things, right? Then you're going to need places where you can sell those things so you control it vertically. But if we looked at the athletes, if we looked at the entertainers in the same way, we would also be looking at them as, rather than allowing outside companies to come in and pay a pittance and pay the workers a minimal amount, the least amount that they could pay, rather than us take control of our resources, we need somebody to be able to find the talent, or in a sense dig it up. We need somebody that's able to refine the talent and pull out the impurities. We need somebody that's able to form the talent into the industrial and into the luxury goods needs. You know what I'm saying? Being able to serve both those markets. We need somebody to be able to open up the stores that are able to, in a sense, sell the product that the artist makes. Right? and then the other businesses that go along with that. So it's the same thing. We're just looking at it wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying we could finance our whole community off of that, but that is one avenue that we could do. Athletes, entertainers, $1 billion industry. Actors need writers, stories, books, all types of shit. I mean, it's like, but I honestly believe we're looking at it wrong, and we allow other people to take advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? Once again, story of the bat and the weasel. Look at what's happening with LeBron James and his company. Boom. Soon as you establish, do the bad thing. Oh, I'm not a bird. I'm a mouse. Okay, cool. All right, you got away. Boom, catch your ass again. Up. I'm not a mouse. I'm a bat. Change the rules. Change the perception. Change the views. And that's what they do. Sorry, so we're toasting our ancestors and we say, Ashe. We start off with Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert the Texana Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilley, Georgia William Walter, Christopher Pendergaston, Aunt Lena, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallar, Montague Pittman Nell, Nomo X, Pet Mont Ram, Liquor Pacour, Dr. Marion Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusef Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Broford Hector Jr., Jay Edwards, Carla Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pullian, the Luxley brother, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jay Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDonald, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Triggs, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Anna Loretta Clark, Anna McCray, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Rennerman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Louis Henderson, Kevin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Carolyn D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beatty, Sarah Well, Levita Farmer, Agoso Sue, Cheryl Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theodis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle P. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Edgar Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary, Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keachler Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mae Moss, Sophia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Urania Thornton, Bernie Squells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.E. Johnson, Delrita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hattie Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martineer, Elder Amatet Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey and Eleanor Howe, Frank and Russellin Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Vina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, where we at? Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey Eleanor Howe, Frank Russell Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Vina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy B. Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Didi Monares, Gina Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan, William Walter West, Nigel Paris, Elder Basiji Filani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and May Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Delise Waters, DeFriedis Hines, Inez Bostic, Anna Bostic, Winifred Scandabe, Wilson Haley, Elma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Calvin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Edith Catney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pena Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Leon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gatson, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Bookie, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word I, Stacey Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Irving, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Boots Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Dorr, Mina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Cleavers, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Roy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Dana McGill, Charles McDaniel, Charles Cottrell, Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edward Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet Tubman Cates, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, Senior, Mally Miller, Housie Hatch, Dan Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Dorita Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Manning Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Coper, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Topel Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Alice Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Ellerton Houston, Led Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, Jane West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Bond, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Ramey Lower Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Bradley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Irvin, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Irvin Sr., Michael Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rachel Easley, Javea McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shechem Aha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Louis Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Oliver, Masvin Coper, George Swan, and Monia Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon. Let's get it. Make sure there's no more comments. For those that are viewing me through my page, Hatem Gye-Nyame Journey, I cannot see the comments at this time. So it would be best to go to Gye-Nyame Journey, but then you won't be able to make comments, and I got to fix that. Go to Gye-Nyame Journey, GNJmedia.com. I wonder if I could fix that. I know I could. It's something I probably could do. All right, so move to our black book. I had a meeting yesterday, so got a couple assignments. Joella Giles, James Carswell, Roberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis, Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shane Lewis, Ronald Shelton Jr., Damian Topp, Christina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Ryan Ross Riggins, Jamonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McCarroll, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mickens, Ed Walker, Quincy Sample, Candace Simmons, Summer Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sade Garner, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lumpkin, Elizabeth Johnson, Frank Smith, Stacey Trice, Denise Correa, Nathaniel Hassan Turner, Khaled Sin, also known as Khaled is in transition, also known as Nigel Turner, Demetrius Lewis Flint, Alberta Woods, Geneva Simmons, Daniel Tilley, Angeline Gant, Sharifa, Oscar Kane, Audrey Gripper, Dominic Nichols, Ruth Elaine Johnson, Teresa Sambu, Aunt Maxine, Uncle James, Henry Monga III, Tamara Dowdy, Nicole Harris, Julia Taylor, Richard Bozeman II, Ruth Carter, John Carter, Miss Thornton, Joanna, Desandra Lynette Lewis, Henderson Mosley, Charles Jordan, Henry Essex II, Fannie L. Webb, Dan Walton, Lauti, Sue Walton, Emma Walton, James Randolph Giles, Sonny, Pete Walton, William Walton, Fred Powers, Elijah Wan, Hakeem Nkomo, Alberta T. Davis, Charles Davis, Willie R. Mackey, Victor Bowden, Drusilla Kitty Berger, Lucy White, Robert Lee White, Emma Jean White Towton, Roger White, R.L. White, Jesse White, Ruby Jewel White, Johnson, Carl White. I gotta check. Maybe that's. I gotta look at that. Desi Woods, Talar Woods, Lennox, Jim Woods, Lizzie Woods. So we raise up our glass to all of our ancestors. Man, the list is growing, and once again, we're gonna have to get 3 pages in this year's Kwanzaa ad book, family. We're gonna need 3 pages just for the ancestors. So we raise our glass because our ancestors are growing. The list is growing, getting more expensive. Good God Almighty, ancestors charging me a tax. All right, so we lift up the glass and we say, "That's right, that's right." I say, from there, family, we move on to the present moment. And the present moment we are in right now is Ujamaa. So once again, we're on Ujamaa. I want to give all of our Ujamaa babies a round of applause. I want to give them a round of applause. So family, I want you, listen, I want you to activate your reticular formations, and we're going to go out and we're hunting for Ujamaa, right? Looking for Ujamaa, any sightings, any hearings, wherever Ujamaa is. If you could snap a picture, if you could catch it, you know what I'm saying? Because it's very quick, right? I want you to catch it, snap a picture, make a video, do an audio, or write an article. Hashtag Ujamaa. Hashtag Ujamaa Day. Hashtag Ujamaa Found. Alright? Hashtag Ujamaa in Action. Whichever one. Just throw Ujamaa in there so that, when I'm doing a search and I search up Ujamaa, I see that we are in the house. So we raise our glass to this present moment, because in this moment is all our power. In this moment is where we always exist as living beings in the moment. And we salute. And by us doing this, we are able to salute our past as well as prepare for our future. So we raise our glass and we say, Ashe. From there, family, we move to our future generations. We toast our children, our children's children, on to infinity. And we say, oh, my fault, I forgot. Ujamaa means cooperative economics for those that don't speak the language. Reciprocity is the demonic principle of the day. Gratitude is what we teach the young people, which is very important. I'm doing, right now, I'm working on another e-course, and it's called Chakras for Black Folks. And I'm going through the process of, of opening up the chakras. Right? And basic understandings behind the idea, because, I'm plugging more into the ideology of the chakras, right? Because, some people want to open up the chakras and, have some type of superpower. What I'm talking about is being able to identify our principles according to the chakras and see what energy is working in our lives by being able to recognize its signature. And Ujamaa has, the day of Ujamaa has signature, right? Cooperative economics, reciprocity, gratitude, color green. Male name is Ya. Female name is Ya. We got 2 Yas in the family. We got 2 Yas in the family right now. I'm waiting for the rest of y'all to reveal yourself. But we got Sister Regina. We got, of course, Miss Sasha. Get them round of applause. So now we can taste the moment in fullness, right? We move to the future, our children's children, on to infinity. We toast our children's children, and we say Ashe. From their family, we lift up our glass. We salute all of our relations. We should salute them all because we're connected, right? Last but not least, family, where do we go? This ain't last, but this that selfish toast where, it's for you. What is it? What is it that you need right now to move towards your higher self, towards your greatest good, right? Right? In that moment, we toast and we say Ashe. Oh, T, you smelling good. Just gonna make some nice ambrosia. I just have to go out and buy a lot of y'all. I got pre-orders, and I'm like, yo, family, it's hard. Keep it coming, because what y'all gonna force me to do is to have to get somebody to help me part time, right? But of course, that take financing, right? But I ain't going to no bank. So we raise our glass and we say, Ashe. From there, family. From there, we move on to the most magnificent, beautiful, outstanding, understanding, peaceful, loving, focused individual in the room. I lift my glass up to you and we say, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Family, I toast you. I wish you peace, power, and joy, and 100 years. And as we say in Gye-Nyame, Cat in. And to learn more about Gye-Nyame, go to freegnjecourse.com. Like it and share it. I'm throwing another commercial up real soon and keep it popping. But the next e-course is coming out, which of course is going to point back to the first one because it's going to give a little bit more information, but encourage you to get all of the information that Gye-Nyame Journey has to offer. Keeping up with us and basically point out the significance of the daily toast and stuff like that. Okay. All right, Miss Regina, I need to know which platform you on because your comment was the only one to pop up on my Restreamio chat. And I think Restreamio is having problems with their chat. They need to get it together. They need to get it together. We working with them, family. You know what I'm saying? So let's go and sample this. When you're doing a good glass of tea, start off with the nose. This one needs to soak a little bit longer. I want more. I need a bolder taste. I need a bolder. For me, a good green tea, when it's made in the fashion I make, it's gonna make a dynamic ambrosia. Kind of leaves my mouth dry. You know what I'm saying? I'm not tasting a lot of. It's lacking a certain punch. So I'm gonna let this sit maybe another 24 hours. So I might not be mixing this batch until Kuji Chagalia. I take this ambrosia stuff very seriously. So know that you're getting the quality. Because I only sell the tribe, basically. So Shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm trading with the tribe. So, it's all good. Let me see. But that's it for today. I'm about to, so, let me see. Is there anything else? Remember G&J Mall, 31st of, the G&J Mall is open on the 31st of, the 31st of August. We have a raffle. To qualify for the raffle, the free giveaway during the mall, we're going to be giving away about 3:30. All right, somewhere around there. We're going to let the movie play a little bit, give people time to get in the house. But the winner will be announced. Actually, you want to know that you're the winner because you're going to receive a text. You're going to be able to come up to me and, you know, I'm going to have the text. You're going to have the text. We're going to be able to match. Bah! You know what I'm saying? Going to get you your gift card. All right? In order to qualify, you need to text Kwanzaa 365 to, you ready? 25456. That's the black line. 25456. All right? To get your ancestors on the list, you need to go and sign up for G&J. You text G&J to, you ready? 25456. To get on the Daily Toaster list, text Toaster to, you ready? 25456. It's elementary. Elementary, my dear. 2 times 2 is 4. Y'all remember that? Elementary, my dear. 2 times 3 is 6. Elementary, my dear. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember that? I know some of y'all enough to remember Schoolhouse Rock. But hey, I'm gonna go and finish this, and I'm about to hit and go out to my adventure. I wish everybody a positive and a glorious, glorious day. And I'm gonna get in here and try to fix and see what's going on with my YouTube real quick. All right, I'm out. See you tonight.